This thing is running like a top, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what My Summer Car is all about. You go through all that heartache and sweat and tears and blood, all virtual of course, for the most part. And you end up... Oops, what was that sound? Oh no, there's the police. That's a speed trap. I'm driving an unregistered car. Hopefully they don't pull me over. Alcohol test. I haven't been drinking, thankfully, so this should be fine. I just realized I haven't been wearing my seatbelt either. Oh no, that's a 2,000 mark fine. That's... What the... Did he just run... That motorist just ran into... What? My car! Oh, about 80 kilometers an hour now on this dirt road. It's very precarious. 5,000 RPM in third gear over the crest there. Oh, splendid, I must say, splendid. Alright folks, it's time to go home. My headlights don't work after all. I've just made it down to the end of the dirt road and I'm giving it another quick run here. Everything should be good. I can pack the car away for the night. Oh man, what was that? Oh boy, that sounds terrible. That sounds like fireworks. I think that might be the end of My Summer Car. Welcome back to part 3 of everything wrong with My Summer Car in 2021. And in the last video, we managed to basically get the gearbox shifting, finally. And what we need to do next is basically look at the water pump, which needs to be replaced. And maybe do a bit of an engine tune. And hopefully once we've done those two things, battery's charging nicely, we should be good to take this thing onto the road. Now, one thing I have realized is this thing also isn't registered for the road. So I think in the game you have to keep the car registered every 2 weeks. You've got to get it inspected, something ridiculous like that. But what I'm doing right here is just removing the fan belt and the water pump. So I'm just going to get rid of those two things right now. Got to get rid of the water pump pulley first. So that's done. And now the water pump. I'm just going to speed through this, folks. I don't want to bore you all with this. I really want to get this car on the road, as you can imagine. And I'm sure you guys want to see this car move as well. Drive down the road once again. The thing with this game is it's such a reward to finally get it moving. The car, that is. Alright, so down here at Fleet Tire, you're going to buy a brand new water pump for 350 mark. There we go. Fleet Tire and his usual cheerful self. Alright, pick up this brand new water pump. So the old water pump was seized if you watched the previous video, part 2. But this water pump should put an end to our water pump woes, hopefully. Alright, so back from Fleetari, back from the mechanics, got our new water pump. So, just put that down there. Alright, so I've actually put everything back together, just going to tension up the fan belt. And going to start this thing up in just a second. And we should hopefully be good to go. So just going to tension the fan belt up. So just going to check to make sure that we don't need any coolant to be re-added. All good. Oil's running a little bit low. Now I have noticed that the engine has been using a little bit of oil, so it's worth keeping a container or two in the car when you go for a drive. I'm not sure how much piston wear I've got in the engine, but I'm sure it's wearing down. I could only imagine that I'm going to have to take the engine out again soon, unfortunately. Pistons probably need to be replaced, who knows. I have done the head gasket in a previous episode. Alright, moment of truth. Alright, look at that, no more squealing. Sounds like I just got a little bit of ringing there. Just going to adjust the choke. I think that might be the distributor, which needs to be adjusted, the ignition system. Gears are working. Yeah, there's just a little bit of ringing there. That's not serious, and you just need to rotate the distributor to get rid of that. But Everything else, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly check the valves, and the valves are looking good. So back on with the rocker cover here. Very good. Alright, I'm speeding through this, guys, as you can tell. Just want to pack the car up. Now, it's Thursday now. So far we've almost made it through the entire week trying to get this car moving. The entire week in game. I'm just going to put the diesel container in the back, because what I want to do is a fuel run with this car tomorrow, and maybe get a few more groceries as well. So probably won't get a chance to do that today because the day is moving on. So it's getting dark, but I thought I would try and get the headlights working if I can, because the headlights need to be reconnected. Now, I've been battling this for quite a while now in game, so I'm about to throw the towel in. I'm going to call it a night, and basically what I'm going to do is go to bed soon and start fresh tomorrow morning. So it's time for bed now. So Friday morning, we'll continue. Alright, it's Friday morning. Early Friday morning. One more working day of the week to get some stuff done. The car should more or less be drivable, folks. So let's head on outside. Now I'm going to do a quick grocery run. I did buy some food in the last video, but yeah, not nearly enough. So another excuse to drive the car, I guess. We've got our My Summer car ready to go, hopefully. So let's jump on in and get this thing moving. Alright, so the moment you've all been waiting for. Yes, yes, yes. Oops, just crunched the starter there. Alright, got the choke on. Alright. So we can hear the distributor pinging away a little bit there. It's not a massive issue. We'll let the engine warm up for a few seconds here. The mixture is quite rich at the moment, so we should be fine. Got a little bit of smoke coming out the tailpipe, but it's not a big issue. So you can see the alternator light's on, but that's because our revs are a bit low. That red light should go out. There we go, once we get the revs up. So I think the alternator is actually fine, so I'm not going to bother with that just yet. And try not to stall it here. When the engine's cold, there's not much low down torque, so it's easy to stall. So, whoops, my brand new gearbox crunching the gears already. Alright, here we go. Now the peak torque output of the engine is at 4,000 RPM for those interested, and peak power is about 5,500. So keeping it between 4 and 5.5 is ideal for performance, but I'm going to keep it under 4,000 just while it's warming up here. I don't know if that's modeled in the game, but I'm not going to take any chances, and I have seen YouTubers absolutely abuse their engines and somehow get away with it, or maybe not. But I'm not going to be revving this thing out to 7 or 8,000 RPM, that's for sure. Seeing as peak power is at 5.5, there's no real need to go anything past about 5,000 RPM-ish anyway, so. Still running a little bit rich here. Got a full tank of fuel, got the choke on still, so just going to enjoy the ride, folks, and take it easy. I'm not going to speed through here just yet. Once we get the engine warmed up, maybe we'll give it some more beans and see what she can do. But for now, we'll just potter along. And this is what My Summer Car is all about. You go through all that heartache and sweat and tears and blood, all virtual of course, for the most part. And you end up, oops, what was that sound? You end up with a wonderfully, mostly functioning vehicle that you can drive around and enjoy. And you guys are probably waiting for me to shut up right now, but I'm rather enjoying this nice little drive on Friday morning here. I still haven't got the headlights hooked up. And as I mentioned before, the vehicle is not registered, even though I did register it 2 years ago when I played this game. I think it's fallen out of register since then, so let's give it a bit more beans here. 4,500 RPM. Vehicle's running very well, actually. I don't think I need to mess with the mixture as such. The choke is still on, so yeah, for that reason I'm just gonna take it easy. We'll push the choke in just a second once the engine warms up fully. The temperature gauge is almost in the middle of the gauge there, the needle. So here comes the train track. Now you can hear the train when it comes, so just gotta take it easy here. Can't hear or see anything, so alright, push the choke in, and I'm getting about 14.5 on the mixture gauge there, which is pretty much ideal. You want about 14.7 from memory, but yeah, 14-ish is absolutely fine. That ringing is really getting to me though. I should have fixed that distributor, the timing, before I left the house, now that I think about it, but it's no big issue. Hey, at least my indicators, turn signals are working, so back to first gear here for the corner. Try and cancel my indicators there. Alright, so we're on the somewhat main dirt road here. Let's watch out for that annoying green car that likes to drive. Alright, so just passing Fleetari here. And so we're going to hang a left, and there should be the river crossing coming up here on the left. Just taking it easy down here. There's the river crossing. Looks great. Doing about 40k an hour only, not that fast. Ooh, we're dropping fast. Back to second. Oops, back to first. Missed my shift there. I'm just slipping the clutch here because, yeah, this thing is really struggling. At low speeds, under about 3,000 RPM, it really doesn't pack much of a punch. The engine is very small, so you need to keep it revved up high. Alright, getting some speed now. Take it up to 5,000 RPM. Oh, these bumps. It's almost like I'm driving in the rally. Alright, got a bit of a downhill section here, just gonna get into it. Third gear, here we go, full throttle. More or less, maybe not. I'm just a little bit worried. I don't want to make any mistakes here and cause any undue injury or damage. This vehicle rides very well indeed. I think it does need an alignment, but apart from that, there we go. Let's get the speed up a little bit here. This is what my summer car is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. Working out suspension a little bit there. Back to second. Over the crest. Down into a dip. Got an easy left coming up. I'm a little bit worried about those dips. They're making the car kind of flex quite a bit, but anyway. Alright, got a straightaway coming up here. Coming up to about 50 miles an hour-ish. Oh, about 80 kilometers an hour now on this dirt road. It's very precarious. 5,000 RPM in third gear. Over the crest there. This is nothing short of... Oh, just over that crest. This thing is running like a top, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy with this indeed. Cannot fault it. Oil pressure's good. I have noticed the oil pressure gauge is reducing a little bit as I drive. It was at 3 when I first turned on the engine. Now it's coming down to about 2, I noticed. So I think the oil level is running a little bit low. Alternator is charging just fine. Water pressure is fine. The water pump's working. Oh, there he is. But yeah, all the systems seem to be running fine. Just got to plug those headlights in and get it registered. But yeah, cannot fault it. Just need to adjust that distributor a little bit. 5.5 grand, and we are in town. All right. Okay, so we'll make a stop off here shortly. Get some groceries and put some fuel in our diesel tank. So Tiamo's grocery store is just up here on the right hand side. So we'll get some diesel, get some supplies, and then we'll get going again. We'll just park up here. She's running great. Look at that. Mixture is fine. Just going to reverse up here a little bit. Alright. Fantastic. Very happy indeed. Let's just pop the hood here. Make sure it's in neutral. Okay. Yeah, it's just that distributor that's making a little bit of noise. It's not a huge issue, like I said. Just checking the oil here. It's down to about halfway, so it's not a real problem, but I think I'll add some oil before we drive back home. So, alright. Let's fill up our container of diesel for the tractor, because we may well need that tractor again soon. Just get this tank, this container here on the ground. Alright. Okay, so that's it. And then we'll go inside, get some supplies, and then we'll be back on the road, head back home. Again, avoiding the highway because you don't want to get caught by the cops. As you've seen, that is not a very good time. Okay, just get some extra oil here and absolutely stock up on the food. So pretty much just get all of the pizza and macaroni that I can get my hands on. Tiamo is telling me that I can deliver adverts in the letterboxes to make some money. Don't think I'll be doing that. I do notice that I'm running low on cash, however. I've only got less than $1,000 now. So let's put the oil in here, the new oil, and get the old oil from the back seat. Alright, put some oil in the engine. So yeah, I'm running low on money in the game, so I'm going to need to do some, probably some firewood delivery jobs soon to get some more money, because once the bills come into the house and all that kind of stuff, not to mention buying parts for this bag of bolts here as well, all adds up. Alright, let's head back. Alright, starts right up. Engine warm. Oil pressure. Let's just put this radar detector back into the glove box. Alright, let's get out of here. So just take a quick smoke here because my stress levels are running high. Don't want to die from stress, which is very possible in the game. Okay, so yeah, it seems to be running fine. Let's get the radio going, and hopefully we don't run into any trouble on the way home. We'll get home. I might adjust that distributor, get the ignition timing set perfectly. But yeah, apart from that, mixture's running fine. It says 14.5 there on the gauge on the left hand side of the dash there. So 14.7, like I said, is ideal. So yeah, she's tuned pretty much on the dot. So I really don't know what my plans are at this stage for my summer car. There's a whole myriad of modifications and add-ons, upgrades that you can make for the vehicle. But basically there's a lot you can do to customize the vehicle. I don't want to do anything that I could be pulled over for. Maybe some nice wheels, some nice legal mag wheels or something like that. As always, leave a comment below if you want me to do anything in particular to my summer car. I am a little bit of a fan of keeping things mostly stock where possible, unless the stock parts of the car are not fit for the task. I'm happy to keep the vehicle mostly stock and just make some tasteful upgrades to the wheels and whatnot. But yeah, mostly running very fine, so I'll shut up for a bit now as we continue making our way back to the house. Okay, so we had a uneventful drive back home, which is good. Incident free, accident free, how I like it. So in a second what I'll do is just pack all the groceries away, and then we'll get stuck into this distributor and get rid of that horrible ringing noise. But yeah, looking good indeed. Alright, so got all the groceries back into the fridge. Let's head back outside. So yeah, as I was saying before, I'm gonna have to do some jobs soon. There's some sewage jobs there on the board, but yeah, we'll have a think about that later. What I'm doing here is just loosening the lock bolt and adjusting the distributor a little bit, and then retightening the lock bolt. Nope, that didn't work. So basically you got to loosen this lock bolt here using the screwdriver, and then rotate the distributor mostly anti-clockwise. The engine may die, which you're about to see here, I think. So you've got to loosen the lock bolt all the way. So yeah, can't turn it until you loosen it all the way, and then yeah, the engine will die, but that's fine. Just turn the distributor a little bit, put the lock bolt back, and then hopefully when you restart the engine, you'll notice that the ringing noise is gone. Yeah, look at that. Alright, I think this vehicle is well and truly perfect and ready to go, ready to hit the road, folks. Alright, so just thought I'd take it for one more little drive tonight. It is Friday evening now, so weekend coming up in the game. Now, whoops, try and keep it on the road. I'm not going too far because my headlights don't work still. So I'm just going to go to the end of this dirt road and give it a bit of a shakedown. Just make sure everything's good before I pack it away for the evening. Oh, would you look at that? That's perfect thumbnail material right there. I can't believe it. I got the vehicle going. It's all running fine. Yeah. I'm so excited. Look at that. Nothing wrong. Everything is right with the world. Okay, let's go back home. Nothing could go wrong, I'm sure. Handbrake off. First gear. And a quick start. Come on, come on, come on. Let's wind out first gear. Oh no. Oh, my alternator light's on. I wonder if I've... Oh no. Just gonna cross over these train tracks. I've got to get home. I think I might have popped the fan belt. The fan belt may have broken, but I'm not sure. I don't really want to stop right now. I'm not far from home. I'm just down the dirt track, so... Actually, I just realized I think there's a fan belt. There's a fan belt in the back of the car. Oh man, engine's getting a bit warm. I can see the temp gauge, the needle's rising. I'm gonna have to stop. Even though I can see the house, it's right there. I don't want to take any chances with cooking the engine because I've only just recently replaced the head gasket. And so yeah, I'm gonna turn the engine off here and just let it coast. Alright. So as you can see, the fan belt has snapped, and the fan, the radiator fan on the left hand side there, you can hear that whirling away. The engine is way too hot. So yeah, I think what's happened is that the fan belt was too tight. So I'm just gonna put the new fan belt on, and I'm just gonna tighten it up very gently, as you just saw there. I think it was way too tight before. Alright, so we should be good to go now, thankfully. Ah, disaster averted, thank God. Alright, I'm going to give it a little bit more of a shakedown. I know it's getting late and it's getting dark and I've got no headlights, but I just want to make sure that this vehicle is all good to go. So I might just turn around here before I head back home and just take another quick run down the dirt track here. So just give me a sec. Alright, so I've just made it down to the end of the dirt road and I'm giving it another quick run here. Everything should be good. I can pack the car away for the night. Oh man, what was that? Oh God. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm losing power. Oh, that does not sound good at all. That sounds terrible. That sounds like fireworks. I think that might be the end of my summer car. Okay, well, thanks for watching, folks. I'm gonna have to leave the car here, unfortunately. I'm not far from my house. Something's definitely gone wrong with the engine. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next part, and we'll try and get this car going again.